is up, you guys? I am here with another video. I've recorded this like 3 times and I just don't like how it looks. So my name is Marcy. We talk here about tattoos, piercing, sex stories, all types of things. If you have a sex story, email's in the description down below. And let's get started, because this is a piercing that I get questions about all the time. I get waiters, friends, everyone asks me about this particular piercing, and it is my Medusa. And let me tell you, I wanted to get this piercing for a very long time. I did my whole little story on it, so if you want to know more details about it, go to that video. But let's get started, because I do have a lot. Okay, so this piercing takes about 8 to 12 weeks to heal. So like 2 months to 3, maybe 4. I mean, I've heard mixed and things. For me, I think it was literally 2 whole months, and it was healed. I did not change my jewelry until later on. So okay. This is a less movement area, so it's gonna heal like this. It all depends on how you take care of it. Every single tattoo and piercing, it's all going to depend how you take care of it. If you listen to your tattooer, your piercer, what they tell you. Now, some of them, they will tell you some information that is no. But if you are a person like me, you do investigation before you get anything done. And yeah, so I am going to be doing a video on like what you need to do, like green flags, red flags for a tattoo or a piercing. So look for that. If you are interested, let me know. Let's move on. This is a piercing that has many options for jewelry. This is true. The jewelry option for this particular piercing is, honestly, you can even look it up on Amazon. You can literally put Medusa piercing and you will get everything that I have as jewelry for my Medusa. I have literally bought in at Amazon. I just put Medusa piercing or jewelry, and they're just endless. I would just go ahead and ask your piercer if it's okay to change your jewelry, and also what size they recommend for you. And also, if you have a thing for changing your piercing, like you like jewelry but you have a thing, you just don't have patience, you can go to your piercer and you can get your jewelry changed. You can bring your own jewelry. You can buy jewelry from the shop. Yep. Okay. If you don't sleep flat, then you shouldn't have a problem with this piercing. So if you do sleep flat on your face, I have questions. Why are you sleeping like that? But if you do sleep, you know, a little bit, maybe like touching your lip area, it is going to be irritated for the next few days, weeks. It all depends on your body type. I mean, how your body handles healing. But it is a piercing. It is an area that will irritate you a little bit while you're sleeping. If you're sleeping like this and your hand or arm or whatever, anything that touches around this area is gonna irritate it. It's gonna make it piss. It's gonna just not make it good. This piercing can damage your teeth, your gums. This is why I think the best way to get this piercing done is really do your research. Get a piercer that knows what they're doing. See their work. There's nothing wrong with asking, hey, have you done a Medusa before? Because it's a piercing that I feel like now it's becoming a popular piercing, but before it was not such a popular piercing. So I would just go ahead and call the shop and ask. You know, I would ask if you can talk to the piercer and just be like, hey, are you comfortable with doing Medusas, etc. Because not every piercer is comfortable in doing certain piercings, so I would just call ahead so you're not wasting your time, you know? So moving on, you should only use flat back and jewelry. Always, honestly. All your jewelry for your Medusa should be flat in the back. I will try to find pictures and put them somewhere around here, but they should be flat back, and then either a ball or a diamond or whatever design you want to put in the front. The cool thing about this piercing is that you can literally go to a lot of websites that sell jewelry and look up Medusa, literally buy the bar, and then buy all the different diamonds that you want, and you can just, you don't have to mess around with the actual bar. You can just change the little stud, okay? You must leave jewelry on or this piercing will close. If you do not have anything in this piercing, it will close, plain and simple. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's just, it is what it is. I'm sorry. it is what it is, okay? You are gonna have swelling, redness. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Not like, you know, like, oh, it's so painful, but like, you know, if you touch it around the area, it's gonna hurt. I don't recommend you touching when you get a piercing done. It's fresh. Don't touch it. I know, you just don't touch it, okay? Unless you wash your hands. But it's literally gonna look like you got upper lip fillers. And the reason why I know this is because your girl gets her lips filled. I got the Medusa before I got my lip fillers, and I just know that it's gonna make your lips look like they got a little bit of filling inside. But it'll go away eventually. You must clean this piercing twice a day, more if you can. So here's how I did cleaning. I did the mist. Okay, this is the mist I recommend. It's just more convenient. It's huge. You just need one and whatever. I would do that twice a day. Wash your hands, get your mist, spray, let it sit there, let it drip down the sink or the tub, whatever you're doing the cleaning. Okay, if you're using antibacterial soap, I would just get a Q-tip, get some warm water, put a little bit of antibacterial, and just do cleaning around, you know, everywhere you need to. And also another thing with this, any mouth piercing, you need to do an extra step. Now, you're probably wondering like, what? Okay, so here's the thing. This jewelry is also inside of your mouth. So you need to clean the inside of your mouth. So I would just go ahead and, before you get this piercing, or if you're doing this out of the blue, after you get this piercing, I would go ahead and get a no alcohol mouthwash and do that also. So once you're done cleaning the outside, or once you're doing, you know, whatever you want to do first, whatever. But also, you know, when you're brushing your teeth, you can go ahead and clean your piercing and also do mouthwash. I'm hoping you're brushing your teeth. If you're not, you should probably start. Okay. Also sea salt water washes if you don't want to, but also sea salt I think is damaging to your teeth, so I don't really recommend that. But if you got nothing else in your house and you what you would need to do is get I've heard this from a lot of piercers and I've actually done it myself, but get a gallon of water, okay, and then get 4 teaspoons of sea salt, put it in there, let it sit for 24 hours or a few hours, and then every time, the thing is with this one, like, it's cool and everything, but you have to heat it up because it only works if it's heated up. So that means you have to go to your microwave, and it's like not everyone wants to go to the microwave and then come back to the bathroom, and then you know what I'm saying. Also, soaking this is really awkward, so I just recommend just getting the mist. It's just gonna make your life so much easier because you can't get a shot glass put in there and then like kind of tilt. It's just gonna, it was just too crazy for me the first few days. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the mist. And if you don't want to do the mist, you can just do the antibacterial soap with water in the shower once you're done brushing your teeth. You just pick which one is better for you, okay? You should not smoke or eat anything spicy or hot the first few days. I learned this the hard way because your girl loves spicy food. Loves it. I feel like I'm like 1% Mexican. There's something in me that's 1% Mexican because your girl loves everything spicy. Okay? Everything in my food needs to be spicy. So, I had a spicy sandwich, like Korean sandwich, and when the day that I got this pierced, I was like, I completely forget that I get things done until I look at myself in the mirror, or until I like touch the area, or I do something that irritates it, like open my mouth wide to take a huge bite into the sandwich. And I was like, ow, and then I put the sandwich back down. But eventually I was able to eat the chicken, which was spicy. And yes, what happens, it feels like a tingly sensation around the jewelry because obviously it's still open and healing in the healing process. So I would just recommend that. I mean, if you're okay with the tingling sensation, I mean, it didn't bug me, but yeah, you do feel some type of a tingling thing, but it's not that big of a deal. But they're not recommending it. I mean, nothing happened to me. My Medusa heals fine, but just FYI, if you're not okay with that tingling thing, then just now, warning, you know, okay? Eat a lot of cold things that help with the swelling. So you are going to have a lot of swelling for a few hours, maybe a day. But I don't think after a day you shouldn't have that much swelling. There would be a huge difference between like once you get it in a day, like 24 hours. So just that day, just keep everything kind of cool, maybe ice inside your mouth. I would go ahead and take, I don't have it here with me, but I would go ahead and take some type of ibuprofen, Tylenol, all those things that are with pain or with, you know, swelling and all stuff, you know. Keep hydrated since you're going to be doing a lot of mouth washes. So yeah, drink water because also that just helps with like the bacteria in there. It's just drink water, okay? Wash hands before touching. This is very, very important. Please wash your hands before you clean, okay? Wash your dirty little hands and then clean them, okay? If you're gonna have a friend who's gonna help you maybe change the jewelry, always, even if it's healed, wash your hands just because it's still open. And y'all, that's disgusting if you're having somebody else doing it and they don't wash their hands, okay? No kissing. I recommend this because your lips are gonna be, your upper lips are gonna be swollen and irritated and sensitive. So just no kissing within like the first 24 hours, I want to say. You know, they can kiss you anywhere else but not your lips, okay? So nay, just don't do it, okay? No swimming for 2 months. Okay, let me tell you, if you get any piercing, any tattoo, you should not be swimming, okay? If you're a swimmer, I don't care where the fuck you're swimming, but you're gonna have to take a time out, okay? For 2 full months. For 2 full months on the Medusa. But if you're getting anything else, I think it's like 2 months. Like, I mean, like nipples, it's like a year, I want to say, because honestly, I'm in the, like 2 months? Let me see, November, December, January. Yeah, it's been 2 months for me. Almost 2 months. And, I mean, they look healed, but you just don't know, okay? You don't know with piercings. Piercings be tricking you. Be like, we're healed, and then boom, infection. Just warning you. They be doing that. They be fucking turning the back on you. Keep your environment clean, meaning toothbrush. Get a new toothbrush. Mouthwash. Make sure that your toothbrush is being protected. It has something protecting so there's no germs in the air flying. And just your hands, make sure you're wearing new clothes, make sure you're, you know, just, you know, like when you're going to sleep, all that stuff. Just make sure everything that is around you is clean. No sharing food, no sharing anything that goes into your mouth while it's healing, because infection. All these things are going to call for an infection, okay? So no sharing food. Don't put anything dirty in your mouth. That means keep your dirty little fingers out of your mouth, your nails, other people's tongues. What else? Just everything, okay? I had a problem where I love to kiss my dogs, like on their cheeks or on their head, or, you know, like I'll get their paw and I'll be like, like a little baby. So I couldn't do that until my piercing was healed. I knew that just because dogs just carry bacteria. I'm just gonna say how it is. I'm sorry, okay? No makeup until it's healed. I didn't do this. So here's how I was able to still wear makeup. Now, first of all, I don't wear makeup every single day. I wear makeup just to film or if I'm going out and about. But like during the week when I'm working, I don't wear makeup. That's just stupid, just because I don't really care what my clients see me, how my clients see me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here's what I would do. I would put my makeup and then I would just like, I would just not focus on the Medusa. So I would just get a beauty blender and just like tap on top of the piercing. And that's how I do my makeup now. So I don't put no makeup under my Medusa. I think it's stupid. It's a waste of time. Because I mean, like, no one's going to be like up close and personal. Like, ooh, you didn't put makeup under your Medusa. So that's how I was able to do it. So if you want to like makeup and you are getting this done, you can wear makeup. Just, I would like to say, keep your environment clean, meaning new beauty blender, new brushes, new everything, okay? And then, I mean, I already do that. I use whatever I use and then I put them in my dirty basket. So yeah, if you are not like that, you don't keep your shit clean, then I would recommend you not to wear makeup, okay? But you should be cleaning your brushes and all that stuff, so, you know. Once it's healed, you should change jewelry, meaning that once it is completely healed, you are like, I'm confident that this is healed. It's been a few months, blah, blah, blah. I waited a full year to actually change. No, I'm lying. I waited 6 months to change my Medusa. So when you get your Medusa, your jewelry is going to be really, really big, just because your upper lip can literally go from bloop to extra ploop. So it's going to be a little bigger. Then I mean, mine was really out there. Like, you could really see like the bar and you could see the ball. So, you do need to get resized. So I would just go ahead and recommend you going to your piercer saying, hey, is it okay for me to change my jewelry? And then what size do you recommend me wearing? And then boom, boom, boom. They'll probably tell you what's the perfect size for you. Everyone's different. I'm not going to tell you what size. Just, you know, go to your piercer. And you can go ahead and buy jewelry from them, or you can bring your own jewelry or whatever. You can do it yourself if you're comfortable with them, if you're that confident. Pain level can be a 3, but for me it was a 4 to a 5. And I told the story why my patient took forever. I should have gone to somewhere else, and eventually it got done. But I felt like I was there forever just for a simple piercing. But yeah, I mean, it says a 3. I would say it's a 3. I don't know, but yeah. So now these are some questions that I get asked all the time. Did it hurt? I mean, every piercing hurts. Not every tattoo hurts. Not every piercing hurts, but it does hurt for like this, for 1 freaking second, and then it's gone, because all piercing should be in and out, you know, like in and out. Okay, so it did hurt, but I honestly thought it was going to be like a 9 or like a 10, just because it is in an area that's really sensitive, and then also it's really thick skin. So I was really shocked that it was a lot lower than white eye. And I think this is why I don't feel a lot of pain when I get tattoos or piercing, is because in my head I'm like, this is gonna hurt so much, like, and I think that it's gonna be so painful that, like, I don't know what, like, I'm like, I'm gonna pass out or something. But and then I sit there and then I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. So I mean, it is what it is. Everyone's different. Some people say it's a 3, some people say it's a 4, some people say it's a 5. I mean, for me, it was one of the most painful things, but I think it's because of what happened. It wasn't like a 1, 2, 3, go. It was more of like 1, 2, in, and then not fully in, and then pulling it out, and then rechecking, and then going, you know, it was just more painful in that way. Can you kiss? I get this question asked all the time. Is it uncomfortable to kiss? It is comfortable to kiss. It doesn't, nothing happens unless you are with somebody who likes to, like, suck the upper lip, which I have never met that person, and I hope to never meet that person. Sorry, Ace just walked over the tripod. But you can kiss, nothing happens. I mean, I think guys who I've kissed are, like, always concerned that they're gonna, like, hurt me or something. Nothing happens. Nothing. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't bug me. It's not in the way. So yeah. Does it still hurt? No. I mean, unless I'm, like, changing the Medusa, like changing the bar and all stuff, of course it's gonna hurt because you're putting some type of movement to it. But other than that, it's not like a pain where it's like, ow, like, it's just, it's annoying pain, you know? But it doesn't hurt whatsoever. Like, I sometimes forget that I have the Medusa, like, pierced. I sometimes forget until I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh okay. You're still there. Do you regret it? I do not regret it. I feel like ever since I got this piercing done, I've more of myself. It was kind of like a big fuck you to my ex-husband because he was not, he wasn't a supportive of this piercing, which is why I didn't get it done sooner. But I feel like it has kind of given me that oomph that, like, who gives a shit, you know? Like, it's your body, do whatever the fuck you want, and if you want to get piercings and tattoos and color your hair red and black, just fucking do it. So I remember I colored my hair. That was the first thing I did after my separation, and then I got the Medusa. So it was something that I always wanted to get done, and so I feel like it has become part of me. Like, I feel like if I ever take it out, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm like, I need to go back to my piercer, well, a different piercer, to get this done because I feel not myself. And it's a really cool piercing. I'm gonna just say how it is. A lot of people are gonna ask you questions about it, and, like, you know, I get questions about my piercings all the time, like, where do I buy my jewelry and all that stuff. And I'm always, you know, cool way to have a cool conversation with somebody. So it is a piercing that people are gonna ask you a lot of questions about. Like, they're gonna point it out all the time because it's in your face and people are gonna see it. So you can't really hide this piercing. That's what I'm trying to say. How long were you swell for? I wouldn't say for like really bad swollen. I want to say like 2 hours. But after that, I feel like my swelling went to like less than a half of what it was. And then after 24 hours, it was just a little red, you know? It wasn't like super swollen where I was like walking like this. Okay, how does it feel to kiss someone? I mean, nothing. I mean, it doesn't bug me when it comes to kissing. But it doesn't, like, nothing really happens when you're kissing. Like, nothing happens to the piercing, or the jewelry or anything. But it is like a nice kind of like something to have on your face, because Kais are like, you know, it's a good distraction. Let me tell you this. So I have big tits. I'm just gonna say how it is. It's a big distraction for the tits. So like if you're talking to a person who is like very curious, their attention will go to your mouth. I have noticed that. I have noticed it, because before all my attention would go to my boobs, and I didn't mind. I didn't give a shit, you know. Guys are guys, you know. I didn't really care. It's not something like I was like, oh my god, whatever, you know, like. But now all my attention goes to my nose and my Medusa. And yeah, and I've gotten asked questions like, you know, do you like kissing with the Medusa? Like, people really truly think that things change because you get a Medusa and it's gonna like change the way you kiss. But I mean, nothing really changes. Like, even giving a blowjob, nothing changes, you know. Nothing really changes. Do you recommend getting it done? I say this. Whatever you want to get done, whether it's a tattoo, whether it's a piercing, whether it's changing your hair, you do you. If you love it, if you feel like you can be responsible at taking care of it, be responsible in cleaning it, be responsible in everything you need to do, because every piercing and tattoo comes with responsibility. I say go ahead and get it done. I feel like the sooner the better. Just, you know, it does come with a lot of people staring at you, people asking you questions. Like, the amount of times that I have gone out to eat and the waiter just is like, did it hurt? Or just random people who are just seeing me all the time at games or wherever I am, at concerts. It's the number one question I get. It used to be my hair. People would ask me like, oh, like, what do you do your hair? Like, how do you get that red to be so bright and the black to be so black and so shiny, blah, 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 blah. But now, ever since I've gotten the Medusa, the amount of questions that I get about this piercing is crazy. I get like, does it hurt? How long is the healing? Blah, 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 blah. Who do you recommend getting it pierced with? So yeah, it's a piercing that it's just out there. You can't really hide it. So if you are working in an office or something like that, that requires you to look, you know, what society wants you to look like, like a normal person, then I would just reconsider getting this done, because you can't really hide it. Like, you can't even put like the plastic and hide you just can't. Everyone's gonna know it's there. But if you work at a place where they don't give a shit what society thinks, then I would get this done. I think it's a cool piercing. I think it's very like edgy and chic and just, I don't know. People think that for me it's like who I am, and I agree, because I feel like this piercing is who I am. I feel like this hair and this piercing is who I am. It's part, I feel like I'm gonna be buried like this, you guys. Like, this hair, this makeup, this, you know, my piercings. Because my mom did ask me, like, well, actually no, she didn't ask me, but I told her that when I get buried, well, I don't want to get buried, I want to get cremated, because I don't know, I'm not okay with being buried. But I told her that I wanted to, like, if I die before she does, and she's like, you're crazy, that's not gonna happen. It could happen. I would like to be buried like this, like my hair to be perfect, because I always have perfect hair, and then my makeup to look perfect, and then my jewelry to just be with me, because it's who the fuck I am, and I love it. Like, I love, you know, my mom was really pissed me getting this piercing done. I'm not gonna lie, she was not happy, but it is what it is. She can't really control me anymore. You know, I'm 32, and yes, we live in the same roof, and yes, we have a business together and all stuff, but I'm really glad that my job, my clients really don't give a shit, you know? So that is it. Peace out. Take care. Get the piercing. Fuck everybody else. You know, you do you. And if you do get it done, let me know, because I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. But that is it. See you guys in the next one. Bye.